Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Timmy Trinkle, and I have a special top 10 list for you guys this evening. I'm going to give you my top 10 movies to watch during a quarantine. Here we are now, many weeks into this quarantine because of the pandemic, and I was thinking, what movies would I watch if there ever was a quarantine? And so I come up with a list, of course, of 10. I do have some honorable mentions, but one of my selections is a franchise. So I did cheat a little bit, but I couldn't just pick one movie in this franchise, and so I went with the whole thing. But coming in, just honorable mentions, I have a few of them. But in the comment section below, give me your top 10 movies that you would watch during a quarantine, which what we're in right now. Uh, so for me, my honorable mentions are Trading Places, Halloween 1 and 2, the originals, and National Lampoon's Vacation. Uh, all great movies. Just gonna make my top 10, but coming in at number 10, Quarantine. Why not? Why not leave this list off with a movie called Quarantine? This is an underrated movie, in my opinion. Um, I watched this one this past October as part of my 31 days of October, and I love this movie still. Even though it is over a decade old, it still holds up today, and it's still a really good horror movie. And why not leave the list off with a horror movie in quarantine? Uh, but yeah, that's number 10 for me. Number 9 is Porky's. Porky's is a teen sex comedy um, directed by Bob Clark, who also directed Black Christmas from 1974. Uh, Porky's is about high school boys who are just sex maniacs. They want to get laid, and they go to many lengths to try and get laid. Especially one character in particular, Pee Wee Morris, who's never been laid, and so his friends try to send him up with a classmate, amongst other things, other hijinks they go through. Uh, but this is a classic teen sex comedy. Uh, I love the characters, the story, and if I'm looking for a go-to comedy, this would definitely be one of them. And I've always said again, and I'll keep saying this: the 1980s has the best movies in all genres, in my opinion, for an entire decade. And this is one of them. This is an hysterical, funny movie, and yeah, it's just a blast to watch, and definitely perfect to watch during quarantine type situation. Coming number 8 is Die Hard, the original uh, Christmas classic action film. Um, yeah, this is um, what really kickstarted Bruce Willis's career, and it's got a lot of quotable lines. It's a lot of fun. It's got a great bad guy in it as well. Um, and yeah, it's a fun movie that I actually watch every Christmas, uh, and generally maybe once or twice a year outside of the Christmas time. But yeah, this is a fun movie. It's another one that you can kick back and just enjoy and have a great time, especially during the times we're in right now. Number 7 is Clerks. I love the original Clerks movie. Um, I watch it at least a couple times a year, and it just never gets old. Kevin Smith's uh, beautiful movie about uh, two clerks, uh, who Dante and Randall, who work at um, Quick Stop, and then of course the movie store rental place, and all their shenanigans and things they go through in a typical day. Of course, poor Dante. Um, is not supposed to be working that day, but fills in for someone until it's supposed to be till noon, but is unfortunately stuck there the whole day. I can relate to that. I've been there, done that many times. Um, Back when I was working in the food service industry, and yeah, it's a pain, but it's things you got to do. But it was an hysterical movie. Jason Mewes, it's a great cast, and it's just a lot of fun. And again, another go-to laughing movie. Now this one, granted, was in the '90s, but still funny movie and a definite go-to during a quarantine. Coming in at number 6, another great teen comedy, Super Bad. Oh man, it's hard to believe that this movie is now 13 years. I believe it was 2007 when this movie came out. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below, but yeah, Super Bad. Again, you got a great cast, a great movie. Um, you got three friends who are wanting to party. They want to have sex before they go to college, of course. They want to hook up with these girls. And of course, throughout the night, they're trying to get this alcohol. They're trying to get to the party. And a lot of funny shenanigans ensue. And it also involves cops, played by Bill Hader and Seth Rogen, who are just hysterical in this movie. But yeah, Super Bad. It's just another classic teen comedy. I'd say coming of age comedy as well, but it's a lot of fun. Emma Stone, Christopher Mintz-Plasse. It's just a great movie. Definitely a go-to for me. Now getting into the top 5. Coming in at number 5 is Bachelor Party. Yeah, 1984's Bachelor Party, starring Tom Hanks. This is one of the movies that jump-started his career. It's very underrated, but it's an hysterical film. You have Rick, who's going to be getting married to Debbie. Debbie's parents really doesn't like Rick. They really wish she would have stuck with her previous ex, who is a rich asshole in the movie. And his buddies decide to throw him a bachelor party. And of course, Debbie has a bachelorette party, which gets out of hand. They end up meeting up with the guys later on because they're trying to figure out, what are the guys up to, and they believe they're messing around with hookers and drugs get involved. There's a donkey, and all kinds of hilarious things ensue on this night of this bachelor party. And the movie is very quotable as well. There's a scene in a male strip club. It involves a dancer and serving hot dogs, and that's all I'm going to say. But if you've seen the movie, you know what scene I'm talking about. And yeah, it is a classic movie. I still think it's underrated. Probably not a lot of people know about it. But again, another great 80s film. And Tom Hanks is hysterical in it, along with the rest of the cast. Adrian Zmed is another character. But yeah, Bachelor Party comes in at number 5. Number 4 is Transformers. Michael Bay's 2007 Transformers film. I know there's a love-hate relationship with these movies. Most people I don't understand why they don't like Michael Bay. I love him as a director. I love the majority of his movies. And yeah, this is just another prime example. I love the Transformers, at least the OG Transformers from the 1980s. And yeah, these movies are a lot of fun. The original 2007 Transformers movie is great. We get to meet the characters, the human characters, and then our Transformers, whether they're Autobots or Decepticons. And yeah, I like the way they look. Some are non-traditional from the cartoon, most notably Bumblebee. But when we get the movie Bumblebee, we do get the traditional look of him. And then we really find out why he changed that look into going into Transformers, because Bumblebee is a prequel to Transformers 2007. But yeah, I love this movie. I love the characters. We got Wiki family. We have Megan Fox, who is just eye candy, just sexy as hell. Brian Austin Green, you lucky SOB. But yeah, it's a great movie. It comes in at number 4 for me. Number 3 is another comedy from 1984, action comedy, Beverly Hills Cop, uh, starring Eddie Murphy, Judge Reinhold. You have again another classic um, cop action comedy film. Uh, just FYI, for some of you who may not know this, Sylvester Stallone was slated to star as Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop, but Stallone didn't like the script. He wanted to rewrite it to just a plain action movie, and the producers and everybody, they didn't want that. So they got Eddie Murphy, and Stallone went on to write and star in the movie he wanted, which was Cobra. Now, Cobra was an okay movie. It's not one of his best, in my opinion. Um, Actually, I think it's a little overrated. Um, and if that's the movie he wanted to make, I'm really glad we got Beverly Hills Cop over Cobra, because it doesn't even compare, in my opinion. And I know Stallone's not much of he's not big on comedy, but I love Beverly Hills Cop, and Eddie Murphy was perfect to play the lead. He plays a Detroit police officer whose buddy who comes into town and is killed, and it is linked to places in Beverly Hills, California. So he takes a vacation, heads out there, and he wants to find his buddy's killer. And while out there, he runs into Beverly Hills police officers, and a lot of hilarious things ensue. He tries to prove that the guy who killed him, Victor Malin, is dirty, and he's not just an art dealer. And yeah, just a blast to watch. Um, and it's just a classic movie from the 1980s. And Eddie Murphy's third hit in a row prior to Trading Places in 48 Hours. Yeah, he knocked him out of the park, one right after another in the 1980s. But yeah, number 3 is Beverly Hills Cop. Number 2, I couldn't pick just one movie, and the people who know me the best know that my favorite franchise, at least horror-wise, is Friday the 13th, and I have that at number 2. I can watch those movies all the time. They never get old. Even Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X, which aren't the greatest movies, and even Freddy versus Jason. We have the worst portrayal of Jason, in my opinion, in the franchise in that movie. And it's no offense to the stuntman, but he just wasn't good. But yeah, especially parts 1 through 8. Columbia Pictures doing those movies. New Line Cinema took over with the last 2, and then of course Freddy versus Jason. But we haven't gotten a Jason movie since the remake, reboot, whatever you want to call it, in 2009. And I miss this franchise. I want some more movies, and yeah, it's just they're so fun to watch, especially parts 1 through 4, which to me, had they ended it with just the 4 movies, would have been phenomenal. But we got more sequels, and part 5 I actually adore as a horror comedy. I think it's great, even though Jason is not the actual killer in the movie. Sorry, spoiler alert. But then we're revived with Jason Lives and C.J. Graham, who is one of my favorite portrayals of Jason. He is badass. Some people call him Zombie Jason, which I just don't get. he's not a freaking zombie. It's just dumb. I don't think that at all. But Friday the 13th franchise comes in at number 2. All those movies are rewatchable, even the quote unquote bad ones. But I have a lot of fun with it, and it is my favorite horror franchise. And my number 1 movie to watch during a quarantine is The Breakfast Club. John Hughes classic from 1985, 84, I believe. And you have a great cast. You have 5 kids who spend the day in Saturday detention for stuff they did in school. They're not friends. They're from different cliques. You have the athlete, the princess, the criminal, the basket case, and the geek, the nerd, played by Anthony Michael Hall. You have Ali Sheedy, you have Judd Nelson, Molly Ringwald, and Amelia Estevez. Great cast. Paul Gleason plays a teacher, and he is there doing the Saturday detention, and it is fantastic. I love this movie. It is my favorite John Hughes movie, and it holds up still strong today. It's got a great music in it, the characters, and just everything about this movie is perfect. And it reminds me when I was in high school, I was more of a loner type. I wasn't a stoner. I wasn't a geek. I was just a quiet loner who just kept to himself, really. I did socialize with friends and everything when I'd seen in the halls or in classroom, but outside of school, I was more about sports and staying at home the first couple years of high school. But my junior year is when I came out of my shell, and it just all went from there. But yeah, this Breakfast Club is a classic movie, and the final 20-25 minutes when they're sitting in the group talking about what they did to get in there and what they consider them all being friends on Monday, and the real truth comes out and everything. It's just a great movie. It's a little tearjerker too. Yeah, just a classic movie, and it comes in at number 1. So guys, there you have it. That is my top 10 movies to watch during quarantine. In the comment section below, give me your guys' top 10 movies as well. If you don't have a top 10, then just drop a couple of them. Let me know, and let's have a great discussion about this. And just remember, this is my top 10. We're not all going to agree on what to watch. We're never going to agree, period, on majority of our choices for movies. Some are going to like more than others, and that's just the way it goes. But we all can respect each other's opinions, and let's just keep it clean in the comment section below. Other than that, I thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for many more movie reviews, TV show reviews, trailer reviews, top 10s and rankings. And if there's ever a top 10 ranking or movie review you want me to do on my channel, just let me know in the comment section below, and I'll definitely get to that. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe today for more content. If you like this, hit that like button and share this video on your channel or all your social media platforms as you see fit to. And let's help try and get me to 1,000 subscribers. I would really love to hit that mark by the end of the year. So please help me out, do what you can, and I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, I thank you for watching, and check you later.